Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm just going to get my computer up here so I can watch and see where we're at and make sure you guys can see what I'm doing okay. All right. So today I have a few announcements to make. I really missed doing mystery stamping Monday evening. Facebook would not let me on. It was the day of the whole Facebook debacle. And I tried and could not get on. So anyways, I had a few announcements to make. One was to let you know about our Christmas Get 'em Done cards. It is a Zoom. It's Friday, October 15th at 6:30 p.m. And if you are interested in that, it's $20 or it's free with a $20 order placed in my online store, vernastamps.stampinup.net. And this is the Christmas card host code series. You need to use this host code when you order. So it's $20 or free with a $25 order or more on my online store. We're going to make 4 cards and 1 3D object, and you will get to keep the tutorial. This is one of the cards. It's a really cool gift card. I want to show you how this works. So it slides up and down like that. Isn't that cool? And this is your little gift card pocket here. And so this is one of the cards that we're making. And again, that's Friday, October 15th at 6:30 p.m. If you pay $20 or buy $25 worth of product from my online store using this host code here, you get it free, and it will just email me at vernastamps@gmail.com if you have any questions. The other thing I want to tell you about is October Sweet Notes Stamp Club. It is featuring the Sweets and Treats stamp set. I think this is so cute. I really love it. It has the cloche. It can be Christmas or birthday or even Thanksgiving. It has a happy birthday, bring on Christmas. Any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you. And that is 8 cards, 4 different designs, 2 of each, and you get the envelopes and everything you need to make the card. Most of it is pre-cut for you. You get $20 worth of product, and also that includes shipping for $40. And if you stay in 6 months, you get to choose any stamp set you would like in the current catalogs from me as a thank you. So this is, and it has to be 6 consecutive months. This is one of the cards in that. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It's got Link of Spatella on it. And this is another one. I love these pies. Aren't they a riot? Inside, any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you. So if you're interested in that, email me at vernastamps@gmail.com. And I can give you more information, or you can go to my blog, and it also tells about it. Okay, this is the card we're making today. I'm going to hold it like this so you can see it. Isn't it cool, this pinwheel? And it's an Easel card, so it stands like this. And then this is anniversary, so you can sign it up in here. But I'm going to show you how to make this. Inspiration for this was from Leanne Graff, in making, showing how to do the pinwheel part. This cutout piece and doing it on an Easel card is my inspiration, my design. So anyways, let's get started. So we're going to start with a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm using Blackberry Bliss. It's scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to take my bone folder and give that a good crease like that. We have another piece of cardstock that is 4 by 4 in Blackberry Bliss, and a piece of Very Vanilla that is 4 by 4 also. Then we have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper, strips that are 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. I'm not seeing where I laid them, but they are for this side here. And then I've used a tag on this, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. So let's do our card base. So I'm going to take this and my card front. I'm going to bring in my trimmer. And if you're not familiar with our paper trimmer, it has a scoring blade and a cutting blade on it. And this is a scoring blade is light gray, the cutting blade is dark gray. So I'm going to pick which end will be the front. I'm going to say this will be the front. And I'm going to go in 3/4 of an inch on each side. Let's start with it this way. So I'm going to line up my cardstock at the 3/4 inch mark, which is right here. I'm going to move my blades down here. And I'm going to take this cutting blade and I'm going to move it right up. And you can see right through here is my score mark. And I'm going all the way up to that. And that cuts that little flap on the side for me. So now I'm going to do this side and I'm going to place it on the 3/4 inch mark over here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with my cutting blade and go all the way up to where my score mark is. And there's a line on the cutting blade right here also. We're going to go right to there. So we have these little flaps here. Oh, I need this for one more thing. I'm going to fold those flaps back. I'm going to take this center part and we need to score this at 2 1/8. That's halfway. So 2, and then the 8th mark would be the second small line in. This line right here. I'm going to lay it on that, and I'm going to score it with this light gray blade so I can fold that. And this is going to be our card base, and that's going to be the flap. So I'm going to take that flap and bend it in like that and just take my bone folder and press that. Now I'm going to take these 2 side flaps here and I'm going to adhere them down. I'm going to use my Tombow glue for that. And the Tombow glue really sticks, so you just need a little bit. Maybe a little more than that. I'm going to push that down and give it a good press. And then come over here and do this one. Just like that. And press that down. Oh, I didn't mean to get that on there. Okay, so I'm going to bring in those 2 little strips of Designer Series paper. So these are 4 1/4 by 1/2 inch, and they're going to go on the center of these little flaps. And I cut them long, I wanted to make sure I had enough there. So they're a little bit long, and I'll just snip that off with my scissors after I get it on here. I'm not going to go all the way down there so I don't get glue on my scissors. And I want it to go all the way to the end, and it'll be on the center of this strip, like that. Oh dear, I didn't want to do that. Well, that's why we're using Tombow glue, part of the reason, so we can move things around. All right. And I need to move this over just a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side. And this paper is from the Blackberry Beauty Designer Series paper. It's a specialty designer series paper. It has a lot of all the fall, beautiful fall colors, deep purples, some browns, and it is just gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna grab a wipe to wipe my scissors off with, because I'm gonna snip that DSP off here. And then snip it off right here. Okay, so we have this. We have our base all ready to go. All right, so now we're going to create the pinwheel. I'm going to set this aside, and we need a 4-inch piece of cardstock, which I have here. You need 4 squares that are 1 3/8 by 1 3/8 inches. So let me show you how to measure them on here. Here's 1, and then we're going to count 3 lines in. 1, 2, 3. So it's this line right here, right before the 1/4 inch mark. And each of these squares is 1 3/8 by 1 3/8. Okay? Move it over like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut each square in half. So I'm going to lay it, so 1 point is in the gutter here, 1 point is down here. That's just exactly the way I want it. Whoops. Okay, and then we're going to cut that in half. So we have 2 triangles from each little square. And now we're going to round the one end of the triangle. So I have already cut a whole bunch here because I didn't want to take the time to do it during the video. And we need a total of 8. So I have my 8 that I want to use. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my trio punch, and actually it's easier to do this if you haven't cut it yet. Do it before you cut it. Lay this square in here and just kind of hold it down like that, and then it'll round that end for you. So lay it in. Whoops, wrong spot. I'm using this. Lay it in there. And if you're using the trio punch, you want to do it before you cut your square, okay? So I'm going to use, I have a little corner rounder punch that I had that's retired now. I'm going to use this just because it's easier right now. And I'm laying my half square in there, and again, it would be easier to do it with your whole, if you've got the whole square. So I'm going to take this one. I need 2 of each, 4 different patterns of paper. You know what? I've got these already cut, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to go ahead and do it around the squares because it's easier. I didn't think about that when I cut them in advance. All right, so let's take our square. We'll put it right in there, and you can look on the back here and see where it is. And you just want 2 sides, not the whole square, not all the sides on the square, just 2 opposite sides. You got that there. There. So we've got 2, those 2, that one. We need another one of these. Okay. gonna bring in this. See if I can get it in there and out. Okay. Let's see, I want that. I want this lighter color here instead of that one. I've got that one. 1, 2, 3, and I need another one of those. Here we go. All right, so do your corner rounder stuff before you cut your square in half. And that one didn't get down in there good. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So I'm going to bring my trimmer back in, clean that up. And I am going to cut, you could probably eyeball them and cut them in half with long scissors, but just to be sure, I'm going to use the trimmer here. I cannot move that. So let's pick this up like this and move it over there. All right. So I'm going to do a couple of these at a time. All right. I actually only needed to do one because I need 2 of each. But I'll have them for another card. This one's going to go this way, and we will lay this one down here. You probably can't see it on the video. All right. So we've got our little triangles cut. This makes a really unique and pretty card. All right, so we're going to bring back in our 4x4 inch piece of cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it where 2 inches is on each. So I'm going to set it at the 2-inch mark here. And I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to mark it right here. Make sure that's straight, and right here. I'm going to turn it, put it at 2 inches, and mark it where the gutter is, because that would be the center. And I'm going to draw lines. This is going to be the back, so you don't need to worry about lines showing. I'm just going to draw that there and turn it. I'm going to draw a line from there to there. Okay, so that really what I'm looking for was the center. All right. Now I'm going to take my, oops, sorry, I just lost a block, went fine. I'm going to lay this on my piercing mat. What I'm going to do, so I know where the center is on the other side, is I'm just poking a hole in the center there. So this is how I'm going to line up my pieces on the other side. All right, so I'm going to start with 2 matching pieces. Okay, so I'm going to lay one, and I'm going to press that down. I want glue on, just a little glue on the back of this to hold this in place. And I'm going to line it up straight from the center to the edge of the card stock, like that. Now this one that's the same pattern is going to go this way. So we've got the rounded point up here on the left side, and down here it's going to be on this side. So I'm putting the glue on like that, and then we want this to be in a straight line. So over just a little bit. All right, now we'll pick the next pattern. And I think I will use, where is that brown? Brown, brown, brown. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to use this. So now we're going to do a cross tier, and you're still, if it was going this way, you want your hump on this side, on the left side of the triangle, or your rounded corner. And we're going to place it like that. And then this one is going to go this way. So we have a nice straight line here. Just like that. Whoops. Okay. Now we're going to fill in, I mean, that would be pretty just like that on a card. Now we're going to fill in some of the other pieces. And let's use this. So this is going to go here. Our rounded end is on the left. And we're going to, you can either put a circle over this center part, or you can have like a 1 inch or ½ inch circle, or you can use a like a brad or a gem, and I'm going to use a gem. Okay, so this is going to be the opposite of this one, so it's going to be like that. And now we're going to fill in these two here. Let's use, how about, do we want this? I think, nope, that matches too much with that. I'll use these little brown ones here. I'm going to poke that down in there. Okay. So the hump is towards the left. We're going towards the left like that. And then we need our other one on there. I'm going to make sure that's down in there good. Okay. And then this one is going to go right here. All right, isn't that pretty? All right, so this is going to be mounted on to our base, on this part of the base, on the front here. And it's going to go, well, the first thing we're going to do, you can either do it like this, or you can do what I did and cut around these, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm just going to take my snips, and I am cutting around each of the little pinwheels, and I am leaving a little bit of an edge. Like that. So you're going to cut around 4 of them. Just like that. And get rid of those scraps. All right, so this is going to mount on here, and you want to line, you don't want to line it up with the bottom here because part of this will be sticking up. So you want to line up this edge with your edge right here at the top of your, where your fold is in the base, okay? So that's how you're going to line it up. So you're just going to put glue, and you can, if you want to, erase this so it's not showing on the back. I guess I need to do that. Get rid of that. All right, so I'm just going to put glue here. And I'm lining up this edge here with the top of that card base. Like that. So you will have a little bit of a line down at the bottom here. And you want to make sure that's straight. Yeah, I think that looks straight. Okay, so we've got our pinwheel part done. I'm going to take a little, one of the brushed metallic adhesive back dots and put it in the center there. I think I'll use gold on this one. Like that. It's pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay, let's do our base. So we've got another 4x4 piece of cardstock, and this is very vanilla. And so my sentiment is going to be on the front here, popped up, and that's what will keep this from going down, as it is on this one. And this is one of the dies from, what is it? The Mini Messages. I'm using the large die. I'm using, this will cut a whole bunch of dies at once, or tags. And I cut my stamps up here. I just found it didn't stamp really well with the whole thing, even when I used the Stamparatus, but maybe most people didn't have that problem. But anyways, I cut my stamp apart. And so I'm using this tag right here. And the stamp I'm using is from Banner Year. This is kind of hidden in the catalog. It's really cool. It has a lot of neat sentiments, and one of them is Happy Fall, y'all. There's even a Happy Thanksgiving. There's Christmas and Halloween images on that. Hey, Margaret. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already die cut that tag out. And I'm using Blackberry Bliss ink. And I'm going to stamp Happy Fall You All on that. Where is my ink that I brought over? Here it is. All right, so this says Happy Fall, y'all. I'm going to stamp that right in the center. Easel. And I'm going to, I've got this ready to go on here. I'm going to stamp, I think, a leaf up here. The leaf goes with fall time, and I'm using the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set. One of the leaves from that, and I'm just stamping it up there like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in on my card base. And I will upload this to YouTube, but I will add the dimensions in the comments below the video on Facebook. So if you're interested in making one of these, you can get the supplies and you'll have the measurements. All right, so I want my card to stop probably about right here. So I'm going to put my sentiment there. And I'm just going to get some dimensionals and put on the back. Just like that. And then, so I want it right about there. And I'm going to just, this has got to go over a little more. So that would be about centered right like that. Happy fall, y'all. All right, so that is our, thanks, Margaret. Hey, Rosalie. So this is the Easel Pinwheel card. And this one is in Blackberry Bliss. And then this one here is in Soft Suede. But I'm using the Blackberry Beauty paper for each of those. So easy to do, fun to do, and fun to give. So girls, that's about it for today. And I really missed our Monday mystery stamping. I could not get on there. And I was really disappointed, but we will plan on it next Monday night. So I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you in team time tonight, Rosalie. Take care. I'm going to sign off.